Hi guys. So we're starting chapter 2, lesson 2.1, Intro to Rational Numbers. So we are going to review rational numbers. You want to circle all the rational numbers. So let me tell you, rational numbers are fractions and decimals. So knowing that, I want you to pause the video and I want you to go ahead and circle any number that you think is rational. Pause the video now. Okay, so take a look at everything I circled. Everything here is rational. Some ones that I think may have been confusing would be these whole numbers. You can write those as a decimal. We can write -4 as -4.0. We can write 10 as 10.0. So if we can write them as a fraction or a decimal, that means they're rational. Let's go over this one. That's called a square root. You won't really learn that until 8th grade, but basically, if you put that in the calculator, you're going to get some long decimal that goes on forever and ever and no pattern whatsoever. Same thing as this. This is pi. Both of those are irrational. Most numbers are considered to be rational because most numbers can be written as a fraction or a decimal, but these are two common irrational numbers. Again, you won't really have to know too much about it, but it's good to know that some numbers do exist as irrational. All right, let's go to lesson 1, terminating and repeating decimals. So the word terminating means to end. So a terminating decimal is a decimal that ends, like 0.1 or 0.2. Repeating decimals are decimals that go on forever in some sort of pattern. Everything you see here is a repeating decimal. So what we do here is we go ahead and we write repeating decimals in bar notation. So bar notation looks like this. So if I had 0.3 repeating, I'd write 0.3, and then I'd put a bar over the 3 because the 3 is repeating. If I had 0.31, 31, ... then I'd write it like this, with a bar over the 3 and the 1. So you'd write out the decimal, but anything that's repeating gets a bar on top of it. So I want you to pause the video now and try to write the rest of these in bar notation. Again, pause right now and try some on your own. Okay, so if you look at my my answers, everything I have is written correctly here. So make sure you have everything that I have as the same as yours. So 0.61. Here, let me get my pointer. You see the one the 1 was just repeating, so just the 1 gets the bar. Another one here, 11.38585, just the 85 is repeating, so we put the number just over the 85. So you have to know, like when you get something like this in your calculator, how to write it using bar notation. Alright, next is converting fractions to decimals. When you convert fractions to decimals, it's very easy. You just type in the calculator. You would type -3 divided by 4. I know here it says using long division. Don't worry about that. Realistically, you're always going to have a calculator, so let's just focus on converting these fractions to decimals. So -3 divided by 4 in the calculator, you should get -0.75. And then B, I want you to try to type that in the calculator, 1 divided by 9, and then write down what you get. Pause. Okay, so you should have got 0.1 with the bar on top of the 1. Hopefully we wrote it in the correct bar notation, I hope. Alright, letter C, it says in Mr. Carminati's second period class, 37.5% of students play basketball. In his fifth period class, 12 out of 28 students play basketball. In which class does a greater fraction of the students play basketball? So, I want you to go ahead and change that to a decimal, 12 divided by 28. And I have to do that because I'm not sure what it is. 12 divided by 28. So I got 0.4285, blah, blah, blah. And then this, to change a percentage to a decimal, you have to take this decimal point and move it twice to the left. So 0.375. So comparing 0.375 to 0.428, blah, blah, blah. The 4 is greater than the 3, so that means his fifth period has a greater fraction of students play basketball. All right, so I'd like you to try this group practice right now, even though it's by yourself. So for numbers 1 through 3, you're changing the following fractions to decimals, and then you're ordering the following rational numbers from least to greatest. So pause the video now, go ahead and try that on your own, and then press play when you're ready for the answers. Okay, so you should be checking your answers. If you didn't get something right, you're not sure what you did wrong, just raise your hand and I'll be happy to help.